dearest Homs and Nopon representatives, my humble gratitude for accepting our invitation. I am Callian Antiqua, Regent of the High Entia.
We all know who you are. You High Entia have kept yourselves safe, remaining spectators to our destruction. Why call upon us now?
As stated in my invitation, it is our intention to form an allied force from the peoples of Bionis, with which we will confront Mechonis.
Look at you. One little scratch and you're already crying for help.
I cannot deny this. The attack did serve as the catalyst, but the fact remains that things have changed.
When we needed help at the Battle of Sword Valley, our cries were ignored. Give me one good reason why we should bother.
I understand your anger. Our selfishness was inexcusable. However, please hear what I have to say. Listen to why our stance has changed.
Stop talking if you like, but no promises we'll stick around till the end.
We High Entia were mistaken. We believed that if we were attacked by the Mechon, our power alone could repel them. But a brave group of young heroes showed us the error of our ways. When the Mechon descended upon Erith Sea, Shulk fought with a courage I have never seen. I was most surprised to see that this group was comprised of different races. Homs, Nopon, High Entia. Although different, they trusted one another as friends. As just one inhabitant of Bionis, I desired to... No, I felt compelled to become strong like them.
Their strength came from the Monado. Bravery only gets you so far in this world.
Then you will not join us?
Hold your horses, son. I said they didn't win with bravery alone, but they wouldn't have got far without it. All right. You can count on our help.
The Nopon will join too. The Hum-Hum and Bird people are friends of the Nopon. We will fight together.
Dixon, are you leaving?
Yeah. It's just I felt this sudden pain in the neck.
Is that your response?
Don't go jumping the gun there, Prince. I'll leave the colony's forces with old Atharon here. You can use them however you want. I've got somewhere I need to be.
Might I ask where?
A battle's more than just a head-on assault. The sooner you realize that, the better. I better go and remind Shulk and all.
So you know of their whereabouts?
I told you. I've got a pretty good idea.
Dixon!
Yeah?
If you should meet Shulk...
What?
I have something I want you to tell him.
You want us to kill your son? That is no small request.
There are hardly any of us Machina left on Mechonis. Back when the Bionis and the Mechonis were fighting, the Bionis almost completely wiped us out. I suppose the Bionis just didn't want us around. Lady Mayneth fought the Bionis for us. In the end, the two Titans wounded each other and entered a deep slumber.
Who was Lady Mayneth?
The creator of Mechonis. You could say that she is the Mechonis itself.
You talk like you saw all this. Ain't this all just an ancient myth?
I know I look young, but I'm actually quite old. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes.
You can't be serious.
The people of Mechonis must have a longer lifespan. Just like we High Entia live far longer than Homs.
I get that, but he can't have lived that long.
But why do you want your son dead? From what you've told us, I would have thought you'd want us to destroy the Bionis rather than kill your own son.
Egil was a brilliant young man. Clever, strong, and kind to the less able. But he never forgave the Bionis for what it did, and he swore to take revenge.
So he wants to do to us what the Bionis did to the Machina?
Correct. Egil is trying to eradicate all innocent life on Bionis. He has to be stopped.
Didn't you ever try to stop him?
We tried once. A lot of people were killed. He's blinded by revenge. Even Lady Mayneth herself couldn't convince him to stop.
Where is Egil now?
Most likely the Mechonis capital. He's trying to restore its former glory all by himself.
I feel sorry for him.
Oi! What are you talking about? Did you forget what he did to us?
I haven't forgotten or forgiven. But Egil's clearly suffered a lot in his life. You don't feel any sympathy at all?
All I know is, this stinks. Who cares what he's been through?
Rhine!
I understand about Egil. But why us? You should be aware that Shulk's sword, the Monado, has the power to destroy Mechonis weaponry. It's said that it was once the sword of the Bionis. Doesn't the very sight of it make you quiver?
Zanza.
Huh?
Oh, just talking to myself. If you're gonna kill Egil, you'll need all of that sword's power. That's how strong Egil is. But enough talk. You must be tired. Take your time and think it over. Until the young lady's treatment is finished, feel free to spend time in our village.
She has done well to survive such injury.
What do you mean? Is she sick?
Since you seem to have knowledge of Hom's medicine, I'll explain it like this. I'm afraid she's had several of her organs removed. Am I correct in assuming she was configured to operate inside a Mechon?
That's right.
She has been transformed into a Mecon's central nerve unit. Her blood can now circulate through a Mecon's components.
How?
I believe her immune system is now configured for compatibility with the Mechon. That's why her strength has depleted.
But you can treat her, can't you? Please.
Of course. Even as a Mechana doctor, I cannot turn a blind eye to this butchery. With our equipment, she will regain her strength, but she will be stuck with this body. I cannot restore her flesh and blood Hom's body.
That's okay. I don't want to be a burden to Shulk. I don't care if I have a machine body. Just make it so I can fight beside him.
Fiora, leave it to me. If that is your wish, I'll do my best. I must implant a new circulation system for her immune functions. But we have one problem.
A problem?
I don't have a piezoelectric unit, which is required to control such a system. As long as she remains on this bed, the life support machine can compensate. But to move around freely, she must have the piezoelectric unit. The same unit is used in Mechon, so if you were to find some Mechon parts...
But where?
Well, outside of the village at the base of Digit 5, there's a beach. Debris from above washes ashore there. You might be able to find one among the Mechon wreckage.
We'll take a look. The beach at the base of Digit 5, right?
Yes. It gives off a faint red glow, so it might be easier to find at night.
Alrighty, time for some story side questing then for Fiora's treatment. Story quest. According to Lanada, the only way to treat Fiora is by building a circulation system, since her circulation system was set up to be flowing through a Mechon. You need to find a piezoelectric unit to control the system. So find a piezoelectric unit amongst the Mechon wreckage on Digit 5 beach of the Fallen Arm. What, am I just on my own? Just Shulk on his own? Oh. Okay, I was about to say with Charla still being there. Okay, who do I put in instead then? Melia or something? We can have Melia as the last party unit for now? Since I don't have my... I really can't jump over this bar. Also, there's a side quest here? Oh.
Yes?
Yes. There's a freaking side quest to take right here. But yeah, so on the affinity chart, you can build up your affinity for like different locations, and the final location that we hadn't yet added to the affinity chart should now be here. It's the Mechana village. So if I go ahead and check affinity here, I believe there's 5 areas total. Yep. Yeah, so we have Hidden Village unlocked now with the Mechana. So we have Colony 9, Colony 6, Central Bionis, which is like mostly Nupon stuff, and then the High Entia Upper Bionis, and then we have Mechana Hidden Village on the affinity chart. Whoops, this is the wrong way. Hello, Mr. Chief. Miqol. And Miqol there, he was, after we were talking about the sword of the Bionis, he was muttering Zanza under his breath. And we also learned quite a... What the heck are you? You're a weird looking thing, aren't you? Anyway, we learned from him that apparently this Mayneth that has been talked about a few times is apparently like the spirit of the Mechonis itself. Like, she kind of is the Mechonis, who is kind of wrongfully attacked by the Bionis one day. How the heck do I get up north there? Do I have to go all the way around this way? Around the village? I guess I'll go on a nice leisurely stroll. As well, another one of the Machina who was helping Egil there, like, with setting up Fiora to be in that Mechon, she refers to Fiora as Lady Mayneth. So, I mean, this spirit who's seemingly unidentified. Can I not get up there? Maybe I'll go around this way and see if there's a way to go up. Oh, there's a bunch of Mechon here. Oh. And you're all, like, rusted over from, like, age and stuff like that. My oh my. Ah, I need to use Monado enchant here. Anyway, so yeah, that Machina who was helping Egil in some of the previous cutscenes there, when configuring Fiora, she was referring to Fiora as Lady Mayneth, who, as we just learned, is the spirit of the Mechonis. And now, if you put these pieces together, you know that the spirit inside Fiora's body is the spirit of the Mechonis itself. So what does this mean, and what are her goals then? And who exactly is Zanza? You know, like little bits about it, but not a whole lot. And what is this power that Fiora has? And why was Egil referring to the Monado when he saw Fiora using that power? Even though Shulk's Monado was disabled and he wasn't looking at it at all. He saw Fiora using that power on Galahad Fortress and he was like, the Monado, Matau. So factoring this all together, what could it all mean? How many freaking Mechon are there right here? My goodness. Prepare for a chain attack, you say? How about I just do this instead? See if I can hit them both. Sweet. I was able to hit them both. Neat, man. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of stuff here. It's been a while since you've been here. It has indeed, but real life is a thing. Stuff happens and such. How's it going today, Hot? Whoops, my inventory's full? I don't have enough space to take the freaking... these crystals? Yeah, I imagine it would be. I've never had to... well, I have had to move before, but it was... I didn't have memory. I don't have any memory of it. But yeah. And yeah, you have the 1-year sub now. You have the black hat in chat now for being subbed for a year. I need to get rid of some of these crystals because Jeebus. Let's take a quick break here and do some gem crafting. Let's chill and take it easy and do some gem crafting. So now we finally have some level 4 gems. Sure, Ether Defense up. Let's make a gem of that. Yeah, let's craft with Dunban here. Man, it's going really well. Nice, nice.
Consider it done.
Yeah, so far in this stream, it's been like non-stop story stuff until like right now, so I haven't had the chance to like sit down and like actually talk about stuff. So earlier today was the breakathon for my Taekwondo school, where we presented all the money that was fundraised, both as a dojang and during the 24-hour stream that I did to fundraise, to Larch, which, for anybody who doesn't know, is an organization that helps people with developmental disabilities. So that's really neato. And it was also really neat, like, right as the money that we had all raised was being presented there, the kind of head instructor of the school, he kind of gave this short speech about how we practice Taekwondo to be able to protect others and those who are important to us with, like, the muscles in our arms and legs, whereas Larch uses, like, the muscles, hypothetically, of their heart to protect people who need it. So yeah, Monday is the first day in the new house. Nice. So you've been going, like, back and forth between the current place and your new place. So just a couple days then. Yeah, and the $570 that was managed to be raised for Larch there. Yeah, the receptionist had told me, like, you raised the most out of anybody by, like, quite a decent bit. Also, maybe I shouldn't be gem crafting now until I get Charla, because then she'd be able to, like, support the gem crafting process. But But yeah, so that was crazy. And yeah, so they give you like an amount of board tickets, so it's like each ticket can be to break a board, and so you can redeem them like that. Usually each year, before I was like a streamer, I would usually just kind of ask like friends and family, stuff like that, about fundraising for Larch, and I'd usually bring in like just over $100, something like that, and I'd probably get like maybe 6 to 7 board tickets off that, like anywhere from probably like 6 to 8 board tickets total. I don't know, something like that. And I would never use all my board tickets. I'd typically use like 2 to 3, and then I'd just be done. I don't know why I'm attacking the crabs, but okay. Apparently I'm attacking the crab now. I don't know what compelled me to attack the crab, but I'm attacking the crab. So it was like a week ago that the receptionist was telling me, you're gonna get 29 board tickets for Breakathon. I was like, really? I was like, what, really? But yeah, also you hope like Anima and Ketsun there saw that message in Discord that was addressed to them. And yeah, it's a bit far up in the general chat there, so it might be a bit difficult to see. Seriously, you want to get back to them as a mod? Maybe maybe draw them something. Maybe do that when you're situated. Yeah, that'd probably be a really cool thing to, and probably be a really cool and really nice thing to do for them if you did decide to do that. And by the way, I don't know if you've been to a stream before, but Ketsun's also a streamer. He's a Coolio streamer, and I wasn't expecting him to do freaking that. But yeah, so yeah, Ketsun and Anima were the craziest of mad lads that stream there. Like, my goodness. And like, I don't even know what to say about all that happened during that stream. And like, the next craziest mad lad after that was a friend of mine, the same friend of mine who is actually going to be taking over as the new channel artist starting next week, is who it actually was. Where she was just like, oh, I'll just give you, like, as a donation whatever I make in tips tonight. And she was like, oh, $75, here you go. I was like, what the heck? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Okay, how the heck do I get up here? Oh, maybe I go around this way. Oops. But yeah, I've been there twice to his stream. He's a pretty cool guy, and he also kills a lot of his units in Fire Emblem. My oh my. Yeah, this is how I make it up over here. So now we have to go over this way. I was just getting a text, so I just needed to read that there. And it's actually from the person that I was just talking about, the person who's going to be the channel artist coming up here. But yeah, so that was a pretty interesting event. Like, the whole breaking boards thing is mostly for the kids kind of thing, so us black belts are usually just kind of setting up our own stations and like holding boards for them. So I was like at a station, like the kids would come up to me with their like admit one kind of tickets. Like, usually each year they'd actually like print out tickets that would say like Hong Park Taekwondo Breakathon. What the heck is attacking me? Usually each year they do that, but this year I guess they just did like the easiest option, so they got like the dollar store kind of rolls of like generic tickets. So whatever works, I guess. So that's what it was this time around. But anyway, they'd come up to me with like the little tickets. I'd take like the ticket and be like, okay, what break do you want to do? And then I'd hold the board and they'd do the break. And like if they couldn't do the break, I'd give them advice on how to do it. But like the boards that we usually use there are typically the really thin ones. Like either the somewhat easy to break ones, or we use the demo boards, which like demo boards is like the boards that they use for demonstration. Like if they're doing like a big performance, something like that. So boards that are like easy to break just by tapping it pretty much, just for the sake of like demoing stuff, you know? But yeah, you are a mean looking Mechon dude. Anyway, so I was doing that, and a couple of my relatives were there actually. My second cousins, so my cousin's 2 kids who are in Taekwondo, who've been doing that for a little while now after my recommendation, have been really enjoying it. They were coming to my station because like I'm the one that they kind of look up to. So they were doing all kinds of like breakings there. And because I had freaking 29 board tickets, the most out of anyone there, I gave like a lot of my tickets to them. They were doing a lot of the breakings with like my tickets. Everyone, who would be able to go through the freaking 29 different breakings? Not me. Not me. Like I said, I usually do like 1 to 2 or like 1 to 3 kind of breakings each year, and then I like don't use the rest of my tickets. I'll give them away to those who want them, and then just like trash the rest pretty much. But yeah, so they like really enjoyed that event, and sometimes like towards the end when like the lines were going down, so I didn't have to man my station anymore because there weren't enough people breaking boards anymore. I started breaking some boards, so I was asking them what they wanted to see for me to break my two little cousins there. Dang it! Can I get rid of like a whole bunch of the littler crystals right now? But yeah, so I was basically asking them like, hey, what do you think that I should do for this break? And they tell me like all kinds of different things, and I'd try them on like the different boards, stuff like that. And wow, this is gonna be annoying, isn't it? Getting rid of all this here. But yeah, so they really enjoyed that. There was this one bit where I was gonna do a hand break. I was gonna do like a knife hand, so like a straight down knife hand like that, because that's I was like, what should I do to them? And eventually they were like, oh, like do like a knife hand. And I was like, okay, I'll do a knife hand. So I had another friend of mine hold the board, and I was about to do a knife hand. And the master of the dojang, he comes over to me, and he kind of gestures almost like he's polishing my forehead kind of thing, and then he gestures like, go ahead, like break it with your forehead kind of thing is what that whole gesture was, without saying any words. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. So I brought the board up higher from to hell, and I started like getting close to like practice that. And then the master of the dojang, he calls out across the dojang, he says, everyone look over here. So we were both laughing at that. So there was a few people watching me as I was doing this forehead break on a freaking board. And so my friend was holding this, and I did manage to break it with my forehead. It hurt a little bit, but like this wasn't on a demo board. It was actually on like a semi-tough board, not one of the really tough ones, but like the ones that are like medium difficulty. So, and so the master of the dojang there basically gestured for me to do a forehead break. And so I did it, and right before that he was like, everybody look over here, watch this. So like everybody looked over there and watched that. So that was something I didn't expect to happen. That was worth a good few laughs there. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I read that earlier, but yeah, never streams anything of interest to you. But as a person and commentator is really chill and kind, you're kind of person, like him a lot. Yeah, Kits is really cool. But yeah, should have dressed as the badass businessman would have helped. That wasn't the dress code for that. I was dressed up in the semi-formal stuff for the festival event because they were bringing back an old kind of dress code, like a more traditional kind of taekwondo dress code, which is apparently like formal white shirt, formal black pants, and a tie if you're a sparring referee. And I was refereeing sparring matches, and like it was a dress code for both sparring referees and head of court. And I was working a little bit as both, like managing both a bit, so that's what I was dressed up in that day. I wound up doing some of my events in with that, but yeah, not for this. I was just in my regular uniform there. Okay, I've probably gotten rid of enough crystals now. But yeah, your best as a god, that's definitely something you do, absolutely. It's not something I was expecting him to do. That was not an expected event of the day, let me tell you. I was not expecting to do a forehead break. And wow, you're a freaking unique boss, aren't you? You have a unique name. So now we get to listen to You Will Know Our Names. A nice battle theme. What the heck? Oh, there's another dude joining in the fight here. Man, that's such a you thing. Tell someone to do something that's funny or absolutely crazy / stupid, then draw all the attention towards that person that's taking up your idea. Yeah, like the idea of the break-a-thon, like there's testings, for example, where it's like the whole point is breaking boards in a way that challenges you in order to like progress to the next rank. But break-a-thon is just break boards however you like and have fun with it, as like this celebration of all the funds that we managed to raise. Oh yeah, I can't freaking topple here. That, I don't know.
Witness my true power.
To witness my true power, a little tap worth of damage. My oh my. But yeah, with a friend group in a local in like Smash Bros. Attract all the attention there. But yeah, the break-a-thon's meant to be a kind of fun event kind of thing.
I'm glad you're with us, Melia.
I love the unique, like, battle lines. I'm glad you're with us, Melia. Let's actually try to hit both of them with this, kind of like that. Let's target this one, please. Yes, let's focus our efforts on this one. Let's just backslash from the front because whatever. And yeah, and then after I did like the forehead break, I would decide that I would do like the actual hand break that I had originally intended. And the boards, like there's a whole bunch of different thickness of boards that you have options to do there. And like the easiest ones that you can do, that I wasn't gonna do because you want to save like the easiest ones for the kids typically, are the demo boards. So the ones that they use in demonstrations just for the sake of them being easy to break while they're doing their crazy stuff for demos. So those are the boards that are like yay thick, where you can break them just if you bend them hard enough. So sometimes if I'm holding it and a kid isn't like kicking hard enough to break it, I'll slightly bend it so I can break easier, and there's been a couple times where I've accidentally broken it myself while doing that. Just because they're like really, really thin boards. And then there's like the medium kind of level boards where it's like there's a little bit of thickness, so it's like kind of a little, like there's some decent challenge to like break it, like you actually have to hit it hard. And then there's the really thick boards where you have to hit it with a lot of power to break it, and should only be, and as I found out, should only be done with kicks, not handbrakes. And this is the, like, most of the boards were just thrown in a pile to kind of show all the boards that we broke. But I did bring the one board home so that I could like write the message that I did on it for this event that happened, for all the people that gave and like what we managed to do here. I'm like blocking that a little bit, so I wanted to take one board home. So this was the one that I did the handbrake on, and as I found out, a board of this thickness should not be used to do a handbrake on. Like obviously I got it considering that it's broken here, but I could not feel my hand for like a minute after I broke it with a knife hand. I mean, it would have hurt a lot more if it didn't break, so that would have sucked. But these are the boards that are used for like power kicks, like power back kick. Like these are the boards that I think I have to do 6 of to get to 3rd degree black belt coming up here, that I failed the last time that I tried, but there's like a retesting coming up semi soon that I might be going to. But these are like the thick power boards. I think I need to do 6 of these put together for my 3rd degree black belt, which I'm currently stumped on. I'm currently stumped on that testing because I didn't manage to do it last time. But these are meant for power kicks, not freaking handbrakes. So I freaking broke this with a handbrake, and the snap like reverberated throughout like the whole like floor there. It's not meant to be done with a handbrake. I had to like shake off my hand, and it hurt, man. But thank goodness I broke it, because if I had hit this and it didn't break, that would have hurt a lot more. Let me tell you. And also, I think the boards of this thickness, I don't think are supposed to be used at Breakathon. I think they were just pulling out like some general boards as the supplies started getting a little bit low for what was available. So there were some of these like much thicker ones that I don't even think are supposed to be used for Breakathon. They're probably just supposed to be used for like power testing, like for power back kick, stuff like that. But I wound up doing more with the handbrake, so I was like, okay, that's like the thickest one I broke. Let's take that one home to write the message on, as both a way to thank people for like donating like they did and stuff like that, and also a way to kind of remember the event. Like I usually don't bring boards home as like memory that I did that testing, unless it's like a big testing, like for a next level of black belt or something like that. I don't do it for like the regular standard little testings. But for this kind of thing, bring that home, write on it, thanking all the people, make it a special and unique thing, you know? But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm getting a freaking vision here off this. Oh my goodness, that is rude, isn't it? Let's switch to, let's tell Dunban to absorb aggro from Melia to hopefully save her. Is aggro on me now? Oh. But yeah, 5 us. What the heck is going on with this vision? It keeps changing, so no, stay on me. Keep aggro on me, please, because I won't die from this. There we go. Because Melia like would die from it. Okay, my goodness. What a wacky world, huh? Anyway, until looking at fun, got 13 out of 70. By the way, nice. Gave your friend a super idea to try in his next set. The idea was spam taunt every chance given. If I ever played against a friend of mine in a tournament, that's what I would do. But hey, look at this. It's like a destroyed Mechon that I guess we're getting this part from. Piezo electric unit. But yeah, I'd constantly run away, beat him towards you and punish. Gladly accepted. It went well. We told the opponent, who was very annoyed afterward. It was all a joke. The crowd likes it. My oh my. But yeah, it was very funny and they were cracking up. Nice. Sounds like a wacky time. I could probably one-shot this with backslash, can't I? Pretty close. Pretty close. I don't know if I got the extra damage from the back there. Yeah, so I guess we'll go back to the Mechon village now. I could probably fast travel there, but I also like the Mechon. Oh, actually, if we're in the area, I think we are. There is something interesting that we might be. There it is. There's the interesting thing that we can see. Right? Landmark, black wreckage. Yep. So this is a fast travel point as well. It's a landmark, and it's just called Black Wreckage. Isn't that a familiar face, huh? Isn't that a familiar face there? So I guess Mumkar is just dead inside this thing now. Yeah, so this is what became a metal face then. This completely lifeless body ended up on the fallen arm. So here we were thinking that, like, you'd never see Metal Face again after he died by being, like, stabbed by this. Where is the pole thing? Is it not here? Is that it? Is this it here? That's like the little bit of the pole that, like, stabbed through him? I guess so. Yeah, that's like the part that stabbed through his chest there. So I guess there's still a little bit of it. Look, it's 2D instead. Oh, never mind. It's a little bit 3D. But yeah, so there's like the pole that stabbed through him. And after he, like, plummeted from Galahad Fortress and exploded, he wound up here. But yeah, he kinda... There's a heart-to-heart here. Dunban and Melia can have a little heart-to-heart moment over the corpse of Mumkar in his metal face Mechon. Isn't that incredible? They can just have a nice little heart-to-heart chatting conversation right over the corpse of Metal Face. Isn't that neat? But yeah, have so many local and just Smash tournament stories in general. Seems like it. But yeah, I also like how Xenoblade Chronicles, like, progresses who you perceive as the main antagonist. Yeah, he did kind of get bodied, didn't he? He kind of got bodied by this massive pole here, where it's like, it looks like there's only the little tip of it left. Stabbed right through the chest, which is where Mumkar was piloting it. So I guess Mumkar's corpse is just dead inside there, we're to presume, seemingly. Something like that. But yeah. Metal Face is dead at this point. There's no like surprise about Mumkar still being alive later or anything ridiculous like that. He dead here. So this is such a nice touch. Like, they could have easily just had Metal Face just be gone forever the moment that after he died, but after we all drop down from Galahad Fortress and wind up on the fallen arm here, it's really cool to see, like, the wreckage of his body here as well. Like, that's such a nice touch for really developing the world and, like, really enforcing how real it is. And it's also so ominous, like, coming up to here for the first time, like, what's this? Landmark Black Wreckage. What's Black Wreckage? And then you see the freaking dead Metal Face just chilling here with the freaking pole through his chest. Yeah, it can add to it in an eerie way, but this music I find a lot more relaxing for the fallen arm. It's meant to be a more kind of relaxing kind of thing, but right now we're kind of looking at the Metal Face corpse. But anyway, I love how Xenoblade Chronicles 1 like progresses its antagonists. Like, at the very beginning of the game, the main antagonist is Metal Face. Like, he's the kind of Mechon leader of the group that attacks Colony 9 in a sense. Like, he's like the head honcho there. Like, the defense forces are able to take out the other Mechon, but he's the one that's seemingly invincible, and he's the one that seemingly kills Fiora. Kind of does kill her, in a sense. Like, she's alive and well now, but she kinda died and was revived in a sense. But yeah, he was the main antagonist, and oh, now it's raining. And he was the one that Shulk wanted to seek revenge out on the most. So it's ironic that as, like, in the scene where Metal Face dies, Shulk has progressed and grown as a character where he went from the beginning of the game, it goes like, the Mechon attacked Colony 9, Shulk's adventure is he's going out on a journey of revenge to destroy all the Mechon, and his main antagonist is the metal-faced Mechon who attacked the colony. And then towards the end of, like, the part where Metal Face is actually a part of the story, Shulk actually decides to try to spare Metal Face, like, realizing that he is a real person inside, even if he is, like, he still absolutely hates Metal Face. Like, he says, I hate him, Dunban, for what he did to Fiora and the Emperor, so of course I want my revenge. But then talks about how, like, he's still not just a machine, he's still a person inside. So he finds it in his heart to spare Metal Face, even though the whole reason that he leaves and starts on this journey is to get revenge, most specifically on this guy who is the main antagonist as the story starts. But what I love about Xenoblade 1 is how it progresses like that, because now the main antagonist isn't Metalface anymore. So you start out the game thinking like, here's the main antagonist, the final boss is gonna be like Metalface, and it's just this journey to go beat Metalface and his army of Mechon, and then you find out like the head honcho isn't even Metalface, and Metalface dies like part of the way through the journey here. Like, we still have a decent bit of the journey to go, and this guy who was originally the main antagonist is already dead, and we've moved on to a new main antagonist. And is it gonna stay there, or will we progress even further? No, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of funny how Dunban and Melia can have a heart-to-heart conversation over the corpse of Metalface, you know. But yeah, on top of that, it sends a really good message, and the plot thickens. Like, the plot progresses so brilliantly. And look, he's still missing his arm there because Dunban cut it off. He's missing both his arms there. And I love this story so much because of how much it develops. It changes so much. Like, the story adapts and develops. It starts out with Colony 9's attacked, Fiora dies, and we're setting out on a journey of revenge, and then like gradually more and more information is dropped and Shulk begins to grow as a character and not be so stagnant anymore and like hell-bent on getting revenge. Like, he's bloodthirsty at the beginning of this game. Like, this game, like, sure, it's developed by Monolith Soft, but it still has like a Nintendo name on it just because of them. Just because of them publishing it. And you wouldn't expect in a game with like a Nintendo seal on it to right at the beginning have a main character die like that and have the actual main character yell out to the character who killed them, "I'll kill you!" But, like, not in that tone, but Shulk, the voice actor for Shulk is really good. He can scream a lot better than the voice actor for Rex can. And like, after Metalface kills Fiora, the way that he screams "I'll kill you" is like so perfect. Yeah, Melia's really freaking weak right now. But it's so cool seeing how he progresses from being completely bloodthirsty to destroy every single one of these machines, especially Metalface, who he yelled out that he was gonna like kill with everything that he had,
So that's how it is.
to actually wanting to spare Metalface at the end of the day, and then Metalface kind of bringing about his own demise in his rage. But hello, how's it going today, Incredible Geek? Oh, there's another freaking dude blocking the bridge. So rude. But yeah, Shulk is such a fascinating character to watch the development of. Like, one of the most fascinating characters out of like any of the games I've played when it comes to character development, honestly. Like, he is so bloodthirsty at the beginning of the game. But now he's progressed so much past that. It's really cool. And it's also really cool to see, as the story goes on from here, how he continues to develop and how his convictions continue to change. Dang it. Like, right now, his kind of goal is to make sense of everything that's going on and bring a stop to all the suffering that's going on in this world, in a sense. And it's really cool seeing how his priorities change. Let's go ahead and topple here. Melia, get ready! Let's go ahead and do the thing. Boop.
Bravo! Oh, bravo!
Let's go ahead and inflict daze here. What? He killed me after I inflicted daze? Kill him quick! Yes! After Shulk dies, if the party members can't revive him, which they couldn't because there wasn't enough built up in that party gauge at the top left, normally it makes you respawn a second later. But they managed to kill him before that happened, so I got revived. But yeah, he did exclamation point and lurked to someone else, and she winked and said, "I'm sorry, I just don't have it set up." We were groaning in some kind of way. It was humorous to you and pretty good. Well, unlike the exclamation point lurk command here, where it says access denied. What? I just wanted to grab the blue here. So rude. I just wanted to get the freaking... I wanted to get the blue. But yeah, I actually think you're gonna go to sleep. Today was long and you got 5 hours of sleep. Yeah, probably a good idea to get a little bit of sleep then. Might be a good idea. But yeah, I hope you have a good night then, Haunt.
Not bad at all.
See you whenever the next time is. Hope you have a good move into the next house. This rain on the fallen arm is pretty nice. But yeah. Wind not winked. No K long. Yeah, I saw the wind there and I like, I've read enough chat at this point over, like, the year and a half that I've been streaming that I figure I just read out what people intend rather than what they actually wrote in. So I figured that was a waste, but yeah.
I'd expect no less from you. Keep your guard up.
That's boopity bop. Can I hit them all with Monado Buster here? Well, I don't have to now. Oh, there's another little drone one.
Let's focus our
Maybe we should go after the little one first. Are you gonna zap me? You are. You're gonna freaking zap Shulk, aren't you? Boom! Headshot! No, it wasn't even a headshot, but why did I get a vision about that? Just because I'm so close to death? Oh. Yeah, the future's changing. He can't kill Shulk anymore because Shulk's already dead.
We are far from finished here.
I'm sure we are.
Melia, this is bad.
That's not what I meant to do. I thought I could press B to encourage. I really missaw that, didn't I? Jeez. My oh my. Mind blast! Instant death! My goodness.
We got through that pretty good. Not bad.
Guess Dunban mostly finished that off with
reckless.
Blossom Dance. I'm getting some new gear from here, neato. Can I take this, please? Game? Thank you. Jeez, man. Like, I would like to take the thing. You gotta let me take it. Big dive! Wow, it was like knee-deep water, but it was just barely enough water for me to not take any fall damage. Nice. Reminds me of all the kids diving in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 there. Can I target them and start the battle, please? On the Telethia archipelago recently. As we recently got past that part. Also, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 this chapter. Speaking of that game. Like, dang it, that's not what I meant to do. Because Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is going to end in this series in Chapter 7, and we're now in Chapter 6. And there's still a decent little bit of this game to go through. So, like, the next 2 chapters are going to be almost completely focused on, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 here, and finishing it off. Pretty much. Though it will, this series on Xenoblade 1 will end in, like, the early bit of Chapter 7 of this overall series. So a lot of this is going to be in Chapter 6, and then a whole bunch compressed into, like, the beginning of Chapter 7. So there's not going to be a whole bunch of Xenoblade 2 here for a while. And if I ended Chapter 6, like, in the middle of this, it probably wouldn't be that good of a time to do it, because Chapter 6 ends with, like, a big kind of cliffhanger moment. So I don't want to say stream it now, because then it'd be a little while before I get to where I want to in Xenoblade 1 before continuing, so there's not actually going to be a whole lot of Xenoblade 2 in this chapter, and in the early parts of the next chapter. Like, most of Chapter 7 of Xenoblade 2 is going to happen after we beat Xenoblade 1 here. But yeah, so we are gradually approaching the end of this game. Like, typically by the time that you get to the final boss, you'd be about level 70-ish, and we're at level 58 right now, but you probably want to grind up to at least, like, level 75-ish to actually be able to take on the final boss. For, like, a general idea of, like, how far along we are. Hey, look, more Mechon parts. But yeah, so this chapter especially is going to have a lot of Xenoblade 1. And hello, Clouds. How's it going today? We're having a good weekend. Hidden Machina Village. Can I jump this? You make me sad, Shulk. You make me just a little sad that you can't jump this. My, oh my. Are you still messing around with this door, my dude? You are. You need to freaking move, like, 3 steps forward, and then you can actually start interacting with the door. I don't know what the heck you think you're doing, but okay. Wait, is that an actual sign? I didn't realize that the shop actually had a sign by it. Man, I wish I could actually get some things, but I'm broke because I haven't been doing any of the side quests. But I can't get the arts manuals. The first time I played through this game where I didn't do a single side quest, how was I getting money then? Oh, I was probably selling stuff. I should sell some stuff. Oh. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's not sell stuff. Let's be a freaking hoarder and be super unhealthy mentally. And just hoard everything. Never get rid of any of it. Easy solution. This isn't the way to go. I don't need to see Miqol right now. Lenata, hello. How did it go? I don't know why her voice just changed now. Did you find the unit? Absolutely, I did.
I think we found it. Is this the piezoelectric unit?
Yes, that's it. Well done.
Lenata, will Fiora be okay now?
She'll be fine. It will just take me a little time to reconfigure and install the unit. Leave it to me. You get some rest.
But...
Shulk, do you want her to see you looking exhausted when she wakes up?
You're right. I'll try and get some rest. Thank you for everything you're doing.
By the way...
Yes?
The chief says he wants to speak with you. I think it's about Egil.
I'll go and see him. He wants Egil stopped. And so do we, but I need to sleep on it.
Good. You mustn't overburden yourself. We will help you in any way we can.
Thank you.
Well, I've been saying that word wrong this entire time. I was saying like piezoelectric unit. Apparently it's like piezoelectric unit or something like that they said. I don't even know. It was something like, dang it, I keep taking the wrong turns. I'm getting lost in the freaking tiniest building in the world somehow. Because apparently I have the worst sense of direction, which actually doesn't surprise me. Is this a freaking guest house? You expect guests often here or something? Must be tired. Please feel free to use this room. It's kind of spare. I would love to take a rest. Thank you for asking.